play you something. It closed in 2005. I experienced something that changed my life. 2005, I experienced something that still haunts me to this day. I remember it was like yesterday. Me and one of my best friends were at a restaurant called TGI Friday. And as we left the restaurant, my boy decided to get a girl's number, so we paused for a little bit and waited for him. I remember like it was yesterday. We left the parking lot. We made a right onto a street called Independence Boulevard in Charlotte, North Carolina. Not knowing that these next moments would change my life, we begin to drive down the street. I remember this like it was yesterday. About 100 yards in front of us, you can see a cloud of smoke and some brake lights. And as we drove closer, we realized it was a car accident. Ephesus, it wasn't just the normal car accident. It was a head-to-head collision. I remember this like it was yesterday. As we drove closer, we realized that we were the first on the scene. So I told my best friend, I said, Justin, I said, pull over, let's see if we can help. Church, not knowing that these next moments would change my life, I hopped out the car, phone in my pocket, dialing 911, and as I looked toward the car accident, I see two young ladies crying, bawling their eyes out. I immediately felt that these were the two that were in the car accident. I walk over to them, and before I can say a word, they point. As I look into the direction to where they're pointing, I see a car where the front is now in the back. The force of this collision had the front now in the back, and they just kept on pointing over there, not knowing that these next moments would change my life. I walk over to where they're pointing to. As I get closer, I see an arm hanging out the back window. Not knowing these next moments would change my life, not knowing 6 years later I would have visions and perfect visions of it. I looked inside the car, and the force of the impact had the driver now in the back seat. Seat snapped, seatbelt shredded. I remember not knowing these next moments would change my life. I began to try to talk to the girl. I've never been in a situation like that. So I began to try to talk to her. I could tell she was still alive. I was telling her, what's your name? And as she began to try to answer it, she would just cough up blood. I was saying, well, where are you going? And she would try to answer, and she would just cough up more blood. So I said, listen, don't say nothing. Hold on. Help is on the way. Remember this like it was yesterday. I saw something on TV and I mimicked it. I told the lady, I said, I'm going to put my 2 fingers in your hand. And all I want you to do is hold on. What felt like hours were probably only moments. I begin to feel her grip loosen. I did at that time what I should have did in the beginning. And I lay prostrate on the ground. And I screamed out to God, do something, Lord! Save this young lady! Do something, Lord! Remember this like it was yesterday, y'all. I felt someone tap me on the shoulder. I said, we're the paramedics. We have everything pushed to the side. The next day I was driving, and I saw one of my best friends driving the other way. And I called him on the phone. I said, Darius, D-Funk, where you going? Church is the other way. I remember we had a basketball game, and we played at the church. I said, church the other way. I said, where are you going? Darius said to me, you wouldn't believe it, but my best friend's sister got killed last night. I said, I'm sorry to hear that. How did she die? He said, she died in a car accident on Independence Boulevard. I said, Darius, hold on. I said, was it by the TGI Friday? He said, yes. I said, Darius, I was there. I prayed for her, Darius. I was there. He said, her brother's right here. Talk to him. The brother gets on the phone and says that they pronounced her dead before she made it to the hospital. He said that she was on her way home from school. She worked during the day, and she was on her way from school. She just had twin boys, 19 years old. I remember this like it was yesterday. Got off the phone with a gentleman, and I pulled over into a McDonald's parking lot. In Ephesus, I screamed on God. Lord, I prayed to you, Lord. Why did you save her? I said in Jesus' name, why? Ephesus, just as clear as you hear my voice, God the Father said, Morris, tomorrow is not promised. Repent today. I dropped by to tell somebody today, tomorrow is not promised. Repent today. Young people, let me be real with you. You're not promised your prom. You're not promised college. Repent today. Some of our seasoned folks have been living in the church your whole life, but you haven't truly repented. Jesus is trying to tell you today, I'm about to crack the sky. Repent today. It's simple. At this time, baby, come sing something. I want you guys to just meditate on these words of this song.